Hello, everybody. It is February 10th. Yes, it is. And this is Three Things with Ian, episode 41. All right. Everybody recovered from the big game last night. Wasn't much of a game, but overall enjoyed it. Hope you did too. Let's jump into today's episode. I'm going to talk about best films under 90 minutes. 90 minutes is that sort of threshold where if you can get in, get out, and tell a story in 90 minutes, you've done your job. A lot of films just don't leave. They don't leave. They just stick around forever. So, three exceptionally good movies under 90 minutes, including credits, by the way. The first one, Toy Story. This was an hour and 20 minutes. We need to go back to this. This was arguably one of the most important, monumental films of the 21st century. And they did it all in 80 minutes. Wow, incredible stuff. Run, Lola Run. This is a very beloved German film in which our main character Lola receives a frantic phone call from, who else? Her boyfriend. He's lost a bag containing 100,000 Deutschmarks. He has 20 minutes to find them to avoid dire consequences. And our main protagonist, Lola, is literally running through the streets of Berlin, frantically trying to find the money and save Manny. What's kind of cool about this movie is it almost plays out in real time. I always think of this perfect film in which the camera is centered on the same singular character for 90 minutes, as he or she sort of, for me, it's very action-packed, sort of jumps in subway cars, jumps out of subway cars, pivots, just does all this frantic, frenetic energy and this physical motion. And Run, Lola Run kind of has those elements. They actually have three different scenarios, right? There's sort of like a bifurcation happening where they film three different scenarios for the outcome. And, love and fate. It's a really fun movie, Run, Lola Run. I started watching it, and then speaking of time, 90 minutes, I didn't have enough time that time, but super fast-paced editing, vibrant colors, has got that, as you would think from a German film, that boom, boom, techno background, that EDM background, pulsating soundtrack. So, Toy Story, Run, Lola Run, and then Airplane. Airplane is a comedy. You guys it's a famous comedy. It's mostly famous because it packs probably the highest laughs per minute ratio out there. If you think 30 Rock is fast with the punchlines and the gags, Airplane will take that to a different level. So those are three excellent films under 90 minutes. I really appreciate when a movie understands where it's coming from. It just is able to make a point, show us some exceptional characters, and just leave before it outweighs. It needs to leave when it needs to leave. Okay, guys? So those are three films I wanted to highlight. All right, hot take. I came into this year really liking Bingo. When I thought of Bingo, it was kind of a warm, fuzzy feeling like, oh yeah, I'd enjoy that. If someone asked me, do you like Bingo? I would have said, yes, I like Bingo. I played it recently, and I'm definitively telling you that I don't like Bingo. Bingo kind of sucks. The caveat is music Bingo rocks. No pun intended. Bingo is terrible because there is 0%, if all things are equal, if everyone has one playing card, right? No cruise ship multipliers. If everyone has one Bingo card, is 0% skill. I need some percentage to be up to me as the omniscient narrator of my own life. I need some percentage of this to be something that I can control. Bingo is purely luck-based. It can be repetitive because the last time I played, like, if you're just saying like B12 and everything like that, it's a bit gnawing because you ride these waves of emotion, right? You get 3 out of the first 5 numbers, you're feeling good, and then there's that doldrum, there's that middle gap where someone else is capitalizing on those numbers, and you feel like you have to catch up, and your heart rate quickens. Or the other way where you're like 0 for 7, and you're basically done in the very beginning. You can come back, sure, but Bingo is very intuitive. You can kind of sense when someone's going to say Bingo. And if it's not you, it's not very fun. It's just not. I Googled some stuff about Bingo. There's a social aspect. There's some cognitive benefits. Accessibility, right? It's a game that you can teach essentially anybody above 4.5 years old. But I just want to come on here and definitively say that I do not like Bingo. Mostly just to have it demarcated in time so that next year when someone says, hey, you want to play bingo, I can say, no, I told you guys February 10th, 2025, I don't like bingo. Okay? All right, something I do like, something that I'm kind of embarrassed that I like, is I always have like one app that's like my go-to app. You know, sometimes it's chess, sometimes it's Tetris. Excuse me. Right now it's Candy Crush. I know I'm like late to the game, like jokingly late to the game, like a boomer late. But I wanted to do a little research today about why Candy Crush why it gnaws in my brain, why it's just omnipresent, and why I play like half an hour a night, no more, but usually not less than half an hour, and I really enjoy it. So I kind of did some research, and there's a website that I found where let's pull it up here. Someone took the time to explain the gamification of Candy Crush and why it's so addicting through the mechanics and the really smart social engineering that went into this game. So he gives 8 reasons. I'm going to briefly summarize them because I want to go back to playing Candy Crush. Epic meaning and calling. I think this actually is probably the least big thing because there's not really a compelling narrative. I will say that at the beginning, you get those 3 stars. It rewards you for just being present. It ramps up slowly, and so you feel like, oh, I can do this. I'm getting all these cool rewards. I must be good at this game, right? Just you wait. Development and accomplishment, right? So there's fixed game rewards. They're very understandable. You know as you're going through these that either you got the reward, you were close to the reward, or you're nowhere near the reward. And all 3 of those tracks pull different parts of your brain, right? So you're never stuck too long, right? If you don't pass a level within 10-15 minutes and you go back the next day, usually there's a reward, there's something waiting in your, I guess, inbox. Usually it gives you the chance to excel. They want you to be able to be a success, right? And it goes on forever, right? I think I read this somewhere that essentially Candy Crush is endless. Like there are people on the 4,000 levels, right? I'm on like 980, and I know that this is just a foot. I'm tiptoeing into it, right? So that also is a good thing, right? And because it goes forever. Another thing about Candy Crush that's really unique, I think, or not unique, but something that appeals to me is that it's not endless like something like Bejeweled or something where you can just kind of tweak it and play around with it until you get your objective. You have 30 moves, right? And so every move is very calculated and very precise. And if you feel like you've wasted the first couple moves, you can kind of just blitz through it and know you failed and reset. And then you can kind of think, okay, that didn't work last time, so I'm going to go this. I'm going to do this. Apparently every board is unique as well. And so that, like, you and your, I guess, opponent, if you will, if you do some of those races, or they're on different levels, but the layout is always slightly different, right? I think that's cool. There's a social influence. There's like a friend thing. This website talks about the fact that that's an important thing for some people. I don't have too many friends on it. There's an active leaderboard. That's always fun. There's always a plethora of different things going on at the same time. There could be a race that's sort of just like how many levels you go. There could be another thing where you need to like collect 800 or 900 of certain objects or certain candies, right? And then scarcity and impatience. This is huge. You get 5 lives, and then you have to wait or watch ads. Now, I am not pro ad. I found a little hack though, where you can kind of go in the game, exit it, and go back in. And sometimes some of the ads, don't tell anybody this, you get credit for watching some of the ads. But the scarcity and patience does make it like you really are invested in a way that other games, you just don't have that because you know that there's no punishment for failure, right? And the unpredictability of it. Every couple times I play, there's a level where I'm like, this is interesting. This is unique. It's a different way of displaying the candies. There's different obstacles. There's still different little wrinkles and nuances and different candies and different objects that I haven't seen. So it's kind of fun. So I kind of had a website that laid it out, and then I kind of read it as I was talking to you, so I kind of dumbed it down slightly. But it's interesting that the people that make these, I'm going to say, top-tier echelon apps, they are very good at knowing what they're doing. They can extract the most, well, through transaction stuff, the most money. I don't ever pay for anything. I'm very disciplined, at least, about that. I don't pay with currency, dollars or whatever, to get more lives. I put it away. I'm good on that. I hope you guys are good on that too. If so, there's help out there. But anyway, I talked for a long time about Candy Crush. Right now, it's my thing. What's weird about me is, like, someday I'll just wake up and I'll be like, I'm not interested at all in playing it. I'll never play it again. I'll get a new app. Right now, it's Candy Crush. So I talked about 3 films under 90 minutes. They do exist. Seek them out. Good things happen in small doses. Number 2 was... I already forgot. Bingo. Why is it so bad? See, I've already voided that from my brain. All right, I'm not playing Bingo again, except for Music Bingo. Why? You'll find out later. And then Candy Crush. Why? It's my new obsession. Tune back in tomorrow. Tell a friend. Be good to yourself. I will see you on the flip side. Bye.